Today I'm talking about a homeowner's investor's guides to mortgages and some of the myths around that and the reasons why a lot of people won't refinance. Or one of them might be, and I hear this a lot. Well, why would I want to change lenders? I've got all my accounts with XYZ Bank and I've been banking with them for a very, very long time. I've heard this so many times that someone will go and get a home loan and they've been with XYZ Bank. They've had their savings accounts, their business account, their overdraw account, their credit cards, all been with the same bank. And now they want to go and get a home loan with that bank and they got declined. They went, what? I've been with this bank for so long. Why would they do that? The reason that happens has got nothing to do with the bank. It's just that you're not the right niche for that bank, for those products. That's why it's really good to use a mortgage broker to find out what is the best solution for you. Particularly if you've got a company or if you're a self-employed person, a lot of the times your local Big Four bank might not suit you for whatever you want to do. So usually with your lending and your normal bank accounts are really two separate different things and do a lot of separate different departments when it comes to financing. So it's a really good idea. Even though if you've been with them forever, it's worthwhile to talk to your mortgage broker, because your mortgage broker is getting a relationship with your mortgage broker, because they're in relationship with you with your finances to see what suits you and what's going to be for you, because your story is very unique to you and you're going to go through different life stages through your life, and that's why your story is incredibly important. So to find the right lending solution that's going to suit you and your need, particularly for your needs. Setting up bank accounts and things like that to be able to put money in and out and savings and things can be completely different from your home loan. All right, no worries. Carrie Ann Simpson, local mortgage broker. Give me a call. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at lots of different things, particularly if you're going to look at getting, you might have been saving a lot of money with XYZ Bank, and what you want to do now is go for the home loan. Particularly if you're a first home owner, you really need to be talking to a mortgage broker. We have a case study inside the guide. Make sure you get the guide. There is a great one regarding first home owner, and that case study covers a lot of things. Like, not all banks are going to be able to give you things like you're working out your first homeowner grant. What grants are available for you, particularly for lenders mortgage insurance, to make sure that it's waived for you, the concessions around that. Only certain banks offer different allocations for that, and the bank that your XYZ bank might not offer that, so you might even have to do a 10% deposit with your bank. Why would you want to do that when you can be able to offer so many different options for you that your mortgage brokers sort out for you? We do all the heavy lifting, for God's sake. All right. I have a really good rate already. Do you? Have you checked lately? Your mortgage broker should be able to make sure that you are on the best rate. This is what we do all the time. So when you have appointed a mortgage broker, you've used your mortgage broker to get your home loan, your mortgage broker, their job now is to look after you for the life of that loan, is to make sure that you still are on a really good rate. And like, if you've gone to your local bank, they're not going to come along and go, oh, hey, guess what? We just had a person come into our bank and we gave them a 5%, just say you're on 5.8%, just saying. And your friend went to the same bank and they got 4.9%. And that rate wasn't passed on to you. And you want to know, well, why wasn't my rate passed on to me? You might go to your bank and go, oh, how come my rate wasn't passed on to me? And I've heard this so many times over the years that this can happen. You should not need to have to call your bank to ask for the discount. But Unfortunately, it happens more than you know, that you have to call up and say, hey, my mate got blah, blah, and I'm in the same bank. How come I didn't get blah, blah? Why didn't I get that rate passed? Why was it not passed on to me? Sometimes it could be because you're on a fixed rate and you're not on a variable, but your bank should be chasing you down. But do they? No, they don't, unfortunately. Anyway. I've known my bank manager and my mortgage broker for years. Why would I change? Well, I don't want to upset him. I know he's retiring and, like it doesn't matter. Like we all change. Our stories are very different. Your story equals lending solutions. So you think about it. Like as you grow and you're going through all your different things through your whole life, your story changes. So do your friends, so do your family members, but so do your life stages. They all change. So why would you just take the advice on one person? Maybe you need to get a few different opinions on different things. Someone who is up to date, someone who is upgrading and making sure that they're keeping up with. So because one person might be really good at one thing and another person might be really good at something else. So your story is very unique and you need to be working with someone who can understand what you want to do, where you want to go to find the right lending solution for you. So, the people that you've dealt with for many years might end up too busy or whatever. So make sure that you're getting to a relationship with a good mortgage broker when it comes to your lending solution. Mortgage brokers would just put me into a loan where they get the biggest commission. I don't trust them. Well, due to compliance today, we're actually not allowed to do that. We have to give you loan options. We have to actually look for 3 loan options for you. Everything is transparent. We don't just do pre-approvals anymore today. A pre-approval today is a full preliminary assessment. This is why your story equals lending solutions. I've got to sit down with you. I have to go over your whole story. We have to work out your exit strategies, why you've come to me for a loan and so forth. I, by law, cannot say, hey, Z Bank is going to give me an extra $500 in commission. You need to go with them. I have to show you exactly, but Y is probably better suited for you. So I show you transparently loan options for you. So it's not regarding about what your mortgage broker, what lender they're going to want to put you with. That sort of thing happened many, many moons ago, and it should probably never happen anyway. But this is why a lot of compliance was put in place, so those things do not happen to you. So you can trust your mortgage broker because by law, they have to do this. So anyway, we really do care. I know a lot of other mortgage brokers in the industry that do care. We do care about your loan and we do care about making sure that you get into the right thing. I want to refinance my mortgage and I would really love to get a cheaper interest rate, but I've never heard of Z Bank. Who is Z Bank? I've never heard of them before. All money is money. So all lenders, yes, we might know who A Bank is and B Bank is and C Bank is and D Bank. I've heard them all out in the marketplace, but I've never heard of Y Bank or Z Bank or G Bank. Who are they? So if this is your concern, when you have taken, the majority of the time is because a lot of these banks don't have the overheads and they do niche for different areas as well. So they might niche for people for credit impairment, or they might niche for people who are self-employed, or for people who don't fit into like normal mum and dad loans. So those sort of banks offer some great interest rates. They don't have a lot of overheads And, you can also do your research around that. Your mortgage broker can go and get you the information around these banks and just to make yourself feel more at ease. Why would you not go with a bank that's going to offer 1.5% to 2% cheaper interest rate, where you, over the life of that loan, going to save you $140,000 in 7 years off your mortgage? Why would you not do that? I mean, seriously. The other thing is too, as mortgage brokers, we can go back to the bank you're actually with and see if we can get a better rate for you. That's happened time and time again, many times. So there is a case study on that as well. So if you get the guide, have a read of it, and in the case study, we'll explain that to you. Another myth. Yes, I know I'm probably paying too much and it's just a complete hassle to refinance. I'm going to have to get all my documents together just to move from one bank to another. Well, let's have a look at some of the things you're going to need to refinance to another bank. If you're going to refinance from this bank to that bank, first thing we probably need to do is look at what interest rate you're paying there, what interest rate you're paying there, and see if it's worthwhile first. So let's have a look at some of the things that you're going to need. 100-point ID check. Tick. What does that involve? Driver's license, passport. You don't have a passport, birth certificate, or Medicare card. That's it. That's all you need for your ID. And then the other things is your income and expenses, pay slips, a couple of pay slips, notice of assessment, yearly tax, self-employed, 2 years tax returns. I mean, if you got them anyway, that's all you're going to need. And the only other thing you're going to need is obviously your home loan statement, so that we can see if it's worthwhile or not. That is not a lot of stuff to be able to go over and refinance. Some people might think it's going to take me hours to put that together. Is it really? I mean, an hour chat with a mortgage broker, talk about, is it worthwhile to do? You might even be on a home loan that you've had for quite a long time and realize it's not suitable anymore. You might want to get a package or take out some cash or relook at, well, how can I save some money? You might have a personal loan and credit card and this and that and something else, or want to do renovations and, I want to refinance. So it's only going to take you about an hour to sit down with a mortgage broker, have a look at your story, and then find a lending solution that's going to suit you. And then we can look at what documents you're going to need. Probably could do that at the interview anyway. And then away we go. Today, there are a lot of banks that offer a fast refinance too. So before your next mortgage payment, we could probably even save you that first $300 to $500. Well, it depends. Anyway, it's not going to hurt, just a phone call. Okay, Carrie-Anne Simpson, local mortgage broker. We've got the free guide. We've got a lot of really good case studies inside the free guide too. So please download your copy or give me a call and make sure that you get your copy. Why lazy homeowners are happy to pay an extra $140,000 over the life of their loan and want to stay in debt for 7 years longer. So why would they want to do that? Today I want to talk about a guide, which is the Homeowners Investors Guide to Mortgages. So I wanted just to explain about a few myths that people might have in regards to their mortgage. All right, so let's think about just going over some notes so I make sure that I don't forget anything for you. By the way, I'm Carrie-Anne Simpson, local mortgage broker here in Caloundra, and I just today want to talk to you about some ideas and myths and misconceptions that people might have around their mortgage. We find that most people, when they go and take out a mortgage, they're happy just to keep, it's the same as a personal loan, a home loan can be similar. But Refinancing, a lot of people won't refinance because there's a few myths around that. They think sometimes it's too difficult, it's going to cost them money, what things that they probably have heard out there in the marketplace. So what I want to do is go over some common excuses that homeowners and reason why they will stay in a mortgage they've got, and it could end up being a high cost mortgage for them. So one, yes, could probably get a lower interest rate, but exiting my current loan, it might cost me money to do so, and I might end up would I end up saving any money? Well, let's break that down. Okay, so the first reason a lot of people might realize that, oh, look, if I move banks, I'm going to have a discharge authority, it's going to cost me exit fees. Well, just to let you know that back in of July of 2011, it is illegal now for banks to offer an exit penalty to exit out of your mortgage. We only pay like a discharge authority, and a discharge authority is about $300. $300 to refinance from one lender to another lender is not a great deal of money. So to do so, you might save $300 a month. You add up all those fees and think about how much money that you really are going to generally save on refinancing. It's a really good idea to have a really good look at your mortgage every year. Just like if you're going to have a yearly health check at doctors, why not have a yearly financial health check too? Have a look at all your bills. Budgeting is a great one, and having a relook at your mortgages. Like a lot of people look at their insurances just to save themselves $5 or $10. I mean, why wouldn't you do that on your mortgage as well? So anyway, that is one good point, and that is a myth that a lot of people have. They think that it's going to cost them exit penalties to do so. It's not. It's illegal to do that now, and it's a discharge authority. Forms are usually around about $250, $300 thereabouts. It's not a lot of money. Not really. In the scheme of things, it's not a lot of money. Anyway, Carrie Ann Simpson, local mortgage broker. Give us a call. Let's see if you really do have a really good rate. By the way, make sure you download the guide, and we've got plenty of case studies in there. A really good guide to go over all the points that I'm talking about today.